Yeah, rolling straight through into the compound under 21 women's team's gold medal match between India and Mexico. The Indians with wins over Denmark and the United States.
On target number 2, representing Mexico, Adriana Castillo. Maria Regina Jimenez Valdez. Celine Rodriguez. The line judge for this match is Choi Kyun-hwan.
So here we go. It's India versus Mexico. Just reminding you, as I mentioned, the wins in the quarterfinals and the semis over Denmark and the US for India. And the Mexicans wins over Ukraine and Korea. That was the mixed teams, rather. Let me get my notes correct here. Here they are. Taipei over and France in the quarters and semis, respectively. Castillo for Mexico. We saw her in the mixed teams event, quarter-finalist. Avni Kaur, remember, is going for double gold here, having won the mixed teams event with Priyash after they beat Israel 146 to 144. So Avni Kaur, one to watch as we get this match underway. And it's Celine Rodriguez for Mexico, starting with the 19-year-old. Won a gold medal at the last World Youth Championships in the individual competition. So, very good archer. Here's Jimenez Valdez, starting off with a 9. She qualified in 10th place for the individuals. And now Castillo. So solid start for the Mexicans, 3 9s.
It feels like now that it's raining a bit harder, that the wind calmed down a little bit more.
Yeah, how does that change when the rain is pouring and the wind has died off a little bit? Mike, which would you prefer?
For me, wind. I absolutely hate rain, because then I lose all my feeling of my shooting. And in the wind, it's just like battle through it.
Well, Pragati starts off nicely with a 10 on her first arrow. And now Avni Kaur, who's the archer going for double gold here. That's a 1-point lead for the Indians after the first rotation. Yes, it was really difficult weather conditions now. Rodriguez.
7.
Fantastic arrow. That was a much needed after the 7 from the previous arrow, so the 10 being scored there by Jimenez Valdez. Now Adriana Castillo again.
9.
With a 9 on the first end for Mexico, locking in that score there of 53.
Even though it's some very different weather than Mexico, there's still some smiles on the Mexican faces.
10.
Oh, Avni Kaua has started strongly. And now Pragati, 19 years of age.
9.
Could be a solid lead here for India after the first end. If Avni Kaua can score a 10. Which she has done. Well, a very successful end there for India. 3 10s, 3 9s, and they've got a 4-point lead, having just dropped 3 points in that first of the 4 ends. So 57 plays 53.
That was a nice start for India. Oh, they close to the middle as well. Straight out the gate.
México, estoy en la Cuba. Vamos a hacer ruido. ¡Viva México! Where are the Indian supporters? Under the umbrellas.
53, not a bad score, but the Mexicans are going to need every one of these points. India were the top qualifiers. All 3 of their archers finished inside the top 4 of the qualification standings. Avni Kaur was 2nd, Pranit Kaur 3rd, and Prakati 4th. All just beaten by a Korean archer. So 3 Indians highly rated in this event. Imposing makeup to their side. As we mentioned, Celine Rodriguez is in their team. She won gold in the individual back in 2021. It's in the under 18 category. So on form Rodriguez was back then. She'll need to recapture that form here after starting with a 9 and a 7. Rodriguez up to the shooting line again to start the second end. Yeah, it was a tough one there for Jimenez Valdez. Wow, that's great stuff from Castillo. First 10 of the match for her. Yeah, and she enjoyed it too.
10.
So far, India look on just upper class from what the Mexicans are outputting, Mike, don't they?
Yeah, they look a little bit stronger out of the gate.
9.
Well, it's 10 from Avni Kaur, and this lead is building nicely for India. It's up to 7 points now. That's a much better arrow from Jimenez Valdez. 7 prior to that one. Comes back nicely with a 10. But the Mexican's going to need a lot more 10s now. Another one there, I think, to Castillo. And she has back-to-back 10s in the second end. Great archery from her.
Yeah, I know Adriana a little bit better than the rest. She trains in Tijana, and it's where Gabi, my wife, is from. So I used to train when I go to Tijana quite often with her. And she's used to these kind of conditions. In Tijuana, it's always windy, especially in the afternoon.
Well, the Indians. Great arrow there from Pragati. Wafni Kaua. Just drifting below the 9 zone. So, well, the 10 zone rather. So, looks like India. Yeah, it's going to be a big margin now to the Indians. Looks like it could be 8 points, maybe 9. So far, the Indians, nothing out of the yellow zone, Mike, which is pretty incredible in these conditions.
It's definitely pretty impressive, especially for these young women. They're of course not as strong as grown adults. So these conditions are tougher on the younger people than on older people, I think.
Well, 3 start arrows in that end. 1 to Mexico, the 4th arrow, which was starred 7. And then those last 2 arrows of the Indians have both been starred 9. But at least one of them looked pretty good for a 10 as the rain really does continue to come down here. It's been very steady and solid for some time now. Doesn't look like it's easing up anytime soon, Mike.
It doesn't look like it now. It's very grey outside.
Well, we'll sort out these arrows as the archers continue here in this gold medal under 21 compound teams match. After this, we have the men's matches for you. The bronze between India and the USA, and the men's gold match coming up between Slovenia and Denmark. So it's a 10-point lead now for India. Those last 3 arrows were all 10s by India. In fact, they've had 4 on the trot. They scored 59 out of 60, Mike, in that end, which was brilliant.
That's very impressive.
Especially in this weather. Wow, that is some scoring. The Indians have just dropped 4 points so far. And the gold is certainly within their grasp as Mexico start the 3rd end. Menez Valdez just looks like that one might be just outside the 10 zone as we see Castillo. Did she get a blast of rain right at her face at the end, just as she released? Now let's see if this magnificent scoring from the Indians continues here as Pani Kaua steps up to the shooting line. Wow, okay. First arrow outside the yellow in the match. Another one. It's just outside the yellow. It appears. And the Indians just dropping their standards there a touch. Mexicans have to score big here to reduce this deficit.
Looks like there's some timing issue.
Yeah, looks like there's a technical problem, so play will just pause for a moment. Maybe some water got into the timing system, Mike.
You got to think that, right?
So we'll get that reset and move on with the match. Just reminding you too that the men's matches are coming up, as I touched on before. Tomorrow, the action will all be teams events in recurve. And then the last 2 days, we'll have compound individuals and then the recurve individuals coming up. Those competitions concluding on the weekend here in Limerick. So we're underway again after that short delay. Jimenez Valdez with her second arrow of this third end.
There's some wind over there.
10.
Wow, she absolutely nailed it in the end, Mike. Brilliant stuff from her.
Yeah. Patiently waiting. I hope there's still some time left to make a good shot for Adriana.
So 3 yellow scores there for the Mexicans. So 160 with one end to play for them. That's good stuff from Pani Kaua. A long, long hold for her. Pragati, the next archer up.
9-10 liner.
This is all the Indians need at the moment with this healthy lead that they have. Just good, solid scoring from all 3 of them. Should be enough. Avni Kaua. Current world ranking of 26. Oh, yes. And she shows us why she's that high in the world rankings with that last arrow right there.
At the finish of hand 3.
So that is going to
53.
maintain a very healthy lead with one end to play. Looks like a 9-point game, 169 to 160. Yeah, I mentioned the world ranking there for Avni Kaur at 26. Panit Kaur is currently 23, and Pragati is 17. So all 3 of them hovering around the top 20 in the world at the moment. Despite their tender ages, there's some talent coming through the Indian archery system, Mike.
Yeah, for sure. Like I hired not that long ago an Italian professional archer, with Sergio Pagni. You can see it is definitely working out with them. I don't know how far down this goes, but like in the national team, he definitely have a good impact.
Mexico 160.
Yeah, and they're doing very well in this match. So confirmed scores, 169, 160. It's a 9-point lead to the Indians here with the gold medal, the reward for the winners of this match here at the World Archery Youth Championships. And remember, Avni Ka'u is going for double gold, having won the mixed teams earlier with Priyash. We're going to see in the bronze medal match shortly in the men's.
Or Mexico. India or Mexico.
So Avni Ka'u certainly within sight of being the early star of this championship event here in Limerick. So last end coming up now. Mexico trailing by 9 points. And here is Rodriguez. Rodriguez will be a bit disappointed. She hasn't got a 10 in the match. Oh, let's grab the line from Castillo. Again, the Mexicans not getting into the yellow as much as they would like in this match. Oh, Pragati pulling out there, Mike. That's interesting.
Yeah, probably there's some water in the peep, so she couldn't see when she drew back. She was anchoring and she couldn't see because there was some water in the peep. So you need to blow that out of there, and it's better to let down than doing that while you're full draw.
Well, disruption here for the Indians. Just a 7 there from Avni Ka'u. But still this big buffer of 9 points. Should be able to absorb that little hiccup there.
Yeah, for sure. Luckily, it's in the first rotation, so you can pick it up in the second one.
Yeah, they've got some time now to just reassess, but you can still see it's a big margin. They haven't lost any of their 9-point margin despite that hiccup there to Pragati. Jimenez Valdez with her last arrow of the match. Might have grabbed the line, but looked like a 9, didn't it? As Castillo will end here for Mexico. Again, it's very close to the 10 zone, so Mexico could end with 2 10s there. But India are basically an arrow ahead here. And just need to get these arrows on the target. And it should be enough here for the Indians. Pragati. 9 for her. So just needs to get the arrow on the target here, Avni Ka'u, and it's going to be gold for India in the under-21 women's compound teams event. And there it is, it's a 10, and Ka'u ends it in style, and she wins her second gold medal of these games.
Official score, India 53.
Hanit Kaur and Pragati also win gold,
Total score, India
of course, with the
2-2.
Indian team here, but it's been a comfortable win for the top seeds over the Mexicans. Provisionally, it's 222 to 213. We'll get those confirmed scores for you shortly, but a pretty classy performance there from the Indian team, Mike.
Yeah, it looked very well. Like from the beginning, they were like the better archers. You could see that they're out of the qualification, of course, as well. Like they're all were really high qualified, also high on the world ranking. A lot of experience in there.
To confirm final scores, but as it stands, India is the gold medalist.
So gold
and
medal
world champion.
to India, the women's under-21 compound teams champions here in Limerick. And a very, very good performance. So Avni Kaur, can she do the treble by winning the individual as well? That is going to be interesting to see in a couple of days. That will be a massive achievement if she can do it.
India is the gold medalist and world champion.
The India win over Mexico. Of course, the United States win the bronze. We'll be back for the victory ceremony.